Hey everybody, wanted to do something a little bit different this time. I'm Jonathan Sparks, for those of you who aren't aware. My username that most people know me under is Tomato, or Tomato is JP, Jonathan Paul. Just wanted to do a little video to showcase some of the 3D prints that I've been working on, that I've been posting about lately. Mainly because I feel it's a little bit different having an actual physical product, like having something in your hand, than it is going on to Shapeways and seeing the pre-rendered stuff. The pre-rendered stuff doesn't always, especially with the 3D prints, it's an approximation of what it's going to look like, and a physical product is often very different. So I wanted to show this stuff off, particularly the gold bricks. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I just posted, you can now get these with the obsidian block and make yourself your own little towers. So I have already got the gold block, so I probably won't be taking my own deal, but I did want to offer that to you guys because it's a hell of a lot cheaper to do it that way than to buy the individual bricks. Anyway, so I wanted to show these off. This is the bricks, and as you can see on there, yeah, this one. These are hollowed out. It's to shave on. It's as much save on printing costs, but it also helps with the stuff. You see that with Lego bricks too. The air actually in there actually helps them pop on and off a lot easier because the air can get in and out. But as you can see, they kind of pop on, pop off, and hold together very nicely. Like as you can see, I'm holding these upside down; they're not coming apart. One thing that I did notice when I printed these, and you guys might want to be aware of it, you do have to kind of force them at first together because the texture is a little bit rough. So it's not, if this was something that was completely smooth, it would fit together a lot nicer. But there is still enough clearance. If you just use a little bit of force right at first, just be careful not to break it. Shouldn't break it. Like, I don't think it's possible with the structure of it. Like, I'm trying to, yeah, it's not going to break. But just apply a little bit of force, get them to pop together, should be okay. But I also wanted to show off some other stuff. First of all, I kind of showed this in the images I took, but as you can see, I modified from the prototype slightly, and I didn't show it off with the prototype as much because it wasn't really necessary, but I've tried to make the holes almost almost the same size, almost the same thickness as the bases, so the bases actually fit in there almost perfectly. Like, these aren't snug, these won't fit snugly. I didn't design them with that in mind, but they do fit in there fairly well, and if you're just kind of setting the figures in place, you can kind of just set them on and have them do their thing. Same thing with, like, you can see the little Minecraft Steves fit in there nice and snug. Well, not snug, but hopefully creeper, which I need to print myself a bigger one of those. But one of the things I did modify them with this in mind, which was you can now fit the ponies in there snugly, and all of them will basically just kind of sit in there, and that's kind of what I had in mind with that. So so you can kind of play with them that way. Again, part of the reason I do this is because I do this stuff with toys too. I like making little displays. I like making this stuff. I like being able to create my own toys. Essentially, I'm as much of a big kid as you'll ever see. But anyway, that's kind of the gold bricks. I wanted to showcase this too. These are the little hole bricks, and I can't seem to find the little piece that I had that goes in there. It doesn't work anyway. I had to modify it a little bit. I'm going to try another test print soon, but the little holes are meant so you can kind of stick. There's a little stick piece that goes kind of in between them, kind of like with the Legos, but you can kind of connect them together with that. The idea was based honestly off the Edgar Hall, was that you could just, if I could figure out how to make glass bricks ever, you could kind of put the little use the hold bricks to support bricks over like air, so they won't, you don't have to have everything filled in. It can support something that's not necessarily connected to the ground. Because these, the way they're set up with like this, these can only go straight up. Like you can do above air if you've got like one of the 2 bricks that I'm coming out with, or one of the 4 bricks, but it's not quite as solid as, say, but if like you want to use a different material, you can't necessarily do that with those. So you need something like this to support them. That being said, they also have some other uses, which I'm really, I want to get the stick first so I can start testing with other stuff. But the idea is basically anything that can be attached to the wall, torches, excuse me, paintings, ladders, vines, basically anything that can be attached to the side of something that's not necessarily the brick itself, these can attach to. You can put the paintings in there, you can put the picture frames in there, you can put basically anything, and that's kind of the idea. But that's that. Showcase this last one off just because I'm so proud of this thing. Like, I don't talk about it so much anymore because it's done and it's on the store and you can get it however, but this one is easily my favorite of all the stuff that I've done, even with the Ender Dragon coming out now. This, I designed this, I spent weeks and weeks working on this, so I'm really, really happy to show it off. But anyway, like I said, that was just kind of the point of the video, is I just wanted to show off some of that stuff, what it actually looks like in person. Don't be fooled by the Shapeways previews. I show those off because they're as close as we're going to get without having physical images. But the actual physical models that you print are going to be a little bit more faded than those images might suggest. Black especially. Black is at best a very dark gray with the prints, and blacks, a lot of these colors tend to run together. It's not perfect. However, I still think that the full color sandstone is the superior model to use compared to like Shapeways full color sandstone. Now there are some other print stuff that I've looked into that I wish I could use, but they cost several $1,000s to purchase, so that's a little bit out of my budget, at least for the time being. If I can ever get a job, make this, magically make this a big thing, I could maybe get something like that, or maybe someday when 3D printing is a little bit more common than it is, at least the full color ones. Like I could probably afford a one color printing item, and I've looked into that for like the glass bricks and stuff like that. But as things stand, like Shapeways is kind of the way to go right now for the time being, until stuff becomes a little bit more common. But anyway, that's all I really had to talk about. Like I said, this was just kind of a demonstration video. It was just something I thought I'd do. Let you guys meet me too, because it's a little bit different having, I can pose the little Minecraft stuff all day, but it's a little bit different having an actual voice to it. But I did want to say, any feedback that you guys have, please let me know. You guys really have no idea. Like the whole stuff with the blocks was because someone asked whether I was going to do something like that. A lot of the stuff that I have created has been because people have asked me whether I would. And so I owe you guys as much as anything else for keeping me going and keeping me creative and giving me ideas to try to having me think up how to make things work. And so if you guys have any suggestions, if you have any comments, if you have anything like that, please don't hesitate to bring them to my attention. Obviously, I'm going to ignore the troll comments. Don't get me wrong there, but but any constructive criticism or anything like that, you can go to my Tumblr, you can, my Skype's on there, you can email me, anything like that. Please do. Please don't hesitate to ask. I'm not going to bite your head off for suggesting maybe changing the scale of something or whatever. But like I said, that's all I really had. You guys have a good night or good day or whatever. I'm recording this at 11 o'clock p.m., so it's a little bit late at night for me. But you guys have a good one. Maybe I'll see you guys later. I don't know. This might be a recurring thing. It might not. But anyway, see you guys later.